So just taking a breath. And if you're listening to this while driving, I would say maybe pause it, listen another time, or you can just listen but don't go through the motions right now. Wait till if you can pull over, if you can have some quiet moments, that's when to do this, not while driving or operating machinery like a tractor. That's what it says on my CDs. That's my disclaimer. So just be able to be present and relaxed. Take a couple full deep breaths. And then take a moment and become aware of any situation or circumstance about which you know it would be good, helpful, useful to practice some forgiveness around it. So become aware in this moment of any situation or circumstance that you know it would be a really good idea for you to practice some forgiveness. And I'd like you to imagine, to see, to sense, to visualize as though you could take that whole thing, that whole situation that you're ready to practice some forgiveness around. Imagine you could take the whole thing and then like shove it right up into a great big balloon, a helium balloon, okay? Notice the color, the shape, the size of the helium balloon. Imagine it, see it, sense it, visualize it, pretend it. And then imagine you could take any of the events, circumstances that led up to that situation that you want to practice some forgiveness around, and shove all that stuff up in the balloon too. And then any of the circumstances, events, or experiences that resulted because of that situation you're ready to practice some forgiveness around. Take all that, put all that up in the helium balloon, and then you notice, just get that helium balloon in your mind's eye, the color, the shape, the size of it, filled with all that stuff you're ready to practice some forgiveness around. And you're ready to practice some forgiveness around it because you're ready to have some freedom. You're ready to have some flow. You're ready for some health. You're ready for some joy. You're ready for some peace. You're ready for some prosperity. And then notice that that helium balloon is tied tightly shut by a thin thread. And the thin thread is, of course, anchored straight into your solar plexus, the point of personal power. The solar plexus is a couple of inches above the belly button, and it's a couple of inches below the rib cage. That's our point of personal power, our sense of self, our place in the world. And you notice that string is just anchored right in there. So I'd like you to imagine, see, sense, visualize, pretend that you could reach over, pick up these super sharp scissors conveniently located nearby, and just clip the string. And whoosh, up goes the balloon. And as you watch that balloon go higher and higher up into the sky, let's be clear again. We are not talking about, by cutting that string, you're not letting anybody off the hook. You're just setting yourself free. You're just setting yourself free now. Feel what that feels like. And watch that balloon go up higher, because I want to be clear. Whatever lessons are yours to get in this lifetime, whatever lessons are mine to get in this lifetime, whatever lessons are anybody's to get in this lifetime, they will find you. They will find me. They will find them. We live in a universe that operates very volitionally, with purpose. So by cutting that string, nobody's getting off the hook. Whatever they need to learn or grow through, it will find them, right? You're just giving yourself a chance to set your own self free now. So you watch that balloon go up higher and higher and higher up into the sky. It gets smaller and smaller. It goes up above the trees and the buildings, up to the clouds, up, till it's the size of a pinprick, and out, gone. Now let's return back to yourself. Take a full, deep, easy breath. And I'd like you to imagine, to see, to sense, to visualize, to pretend that you could start to pull that string out of your solar plexus, that string that used to be connected to the balloon. And as you pull it out, it's kind of like when you clean out a clogged sink, all that gunk, all the scum, all the sludge that gets caked on in there. It's like all that kind of stuff is what comes out. This is the stuff that creates disease. And I'm not saying dis-ease, I'm not making it cute. I'm saying this is the stuff that causes cancer. This is the stuff that causes all kinds of physical disease in the body. And so we want to just imagine, see, sense, visualize, pretend. Your brain cannot discern the difference between a real event, an actual event, or an imagined one. So as you imagine yourself pulling all this garbage that was connected to that old event or any event connected to that event about which you're ready to practice forgiveness. Imagine pulling all this stuff out. Imagine you could plop it right down on the palm of your hand. To me, it's just like this big, thick sludge, you know? You could take your other hand and kind of imagine your etheric hand, your energetic hand, scooping around inside the body, getting any residue, any last bits of that stuff that had been connected onto that string or connected to that old event. And then as a bonus round, if you have any areas in your body that you have chronic aches or pains or discomfort, you could just scoop around there, plop it down on the hand also. And then just imagine that you can hold that up in the air and allow the omnipresent, present always, healing vortex, the vortex of God, of life force, of source, of nature, that power that powers up great big hurricanes and tidal waves and floods and fires, the force, the life force of the universe, this power of the universe that is omnipresent, that is everywhere, just swoops it up, carries it way out, up above, takes it far out over to the closest ocean, dumps it in the ocean. The ocean waves are like a washing machine, washing, rinsing, in the salty, cleansing waters. The sun evaporates it up. The rain precipitates it down, evaporate, precipitate, evaporate, precipitate, evaporate, precipitate, evaporate, precipitate, until that old stuff is returned to what it always was, pure, usable source energy. Now that's taken care of. So let's go back to you. Imagine, see, sense, visualize, pretend as though there's a gentle spring shower. And I know it's hot where you are, Nicole, so we'll make it a nice, cool spring shower, just raining down inside of you, cleansing, cooling, clearing, releasing any other big connected event or any other event, just washing it all away, releasing, cleansing, clearing. And then the last step, imagine, see, sense, visualize, pretend as though there's a beautiful crystal goblet right next to you. And it's filled with this rose-colored healing energy, just gorgeous healing energy. And imagine you could just put the mouth of that goblet up against your solar plexus, kind of like a gas tank, and just pour it in your solar plexus, filling up that whole area in your belly, your throat and your head, just allowing your whole body to be filled to the brim with this healing love energy. That's the energy of forgiveness. Forgiveness is allowing love, allowing this love energy to move through the body. This love energy opens up all the gates, all the channels, all the pathways, all the vortices, all the meridians for ease and grace and flow and prosperity and creativity and joy and love and unexpected good coming from unexpected places, hope and possibility and joy and freedom, allowing your whole body to be rinsed with this cleansing, clearing energy. And take a couple of moments and breathe that in. And just feeling what that feels like. That's daily hygiene. You can easily come back into this space, into this room. It's an easy daily cleansing. You can learn to do this very quickly. So, sometimes there's a situation and it's easy. You can get in your head and think it through and analyze why things happened. And sometimes, or at some point, it's time to just let it go now, and be free and choose freedom.